Hey guys, welcome back to another diecast video. Today, as you can tell, I have a bunch of them. So recently what I did is that a website I completely forgot about was the official NASCAR Superstore. And so I was looking through the cars that were on sale because, cars normally there are actually more expensive. It's basically like buying a 164 car at the track where it's a whole $10 instead of just $8 if you buy it from Lionel. So, um, so normally I don't go there, but once I remembered this site, it's like maybe they have stuff on sale. And these were the cars that they had on sale that I didn't already have. Now, there were a few others, as I just mentioned, that they did have, but I already have them. And there was one that I actually do still have upstairs, but I'm going to save that unboxing for next video just because it makes a little bit more sense. You'll see when that other video comes out why it's easier just to combine that one with this next diecast I have coming in the mail soon. But anyway, the story with that diecast is that it was on the Superstore website on sale. I tried getting it, but then I click it and it says it's already sold out. First of all, it's a completely different car. It was supposed to be the Dale Jr. Hellman's like special Xfinity car from like 2015, one with the like little Hellman squeeze bottle on it. And like I said, I do have that now. Got it from Fanatics, which is literally the same store, but on a different website. And I'm glad I could get it from there. But for some reason with the Superstore, the reason why it said it was sold out is because when you click on it, it redirects to an older like Mountain Dew car that has been sold out for a long time. But apparently when they're putting their listing on there for that car, it has the same exact name as that other as the Mountain Dew car. So when you click on it, it just redirects to the wrong car. But luckily, as I said, Fanatics is the same exact store. And it worked on there. So I have the car sitting upstairs. You'll see it in the next video. But as for today, we have a total of 11 cars. It's going to be a somewhat long video. And this is already a long intro. But I felt like I had to explain that story just because it's really weird. And yeah, let's get into it. Actually, before these are unboxed, I just realized I spent all that time talking and didn't really go over what cars I have. So first off, here we have Dale Jr.'s 2016 Axalta car. Looks weird. I do remember this car, but it just looks really weird, especially when you're used to like the more modern day junior car like this one. And might as well just go right into this one. This is his 2017 Axalta fixed auto car. If you haven't noticed, I have made other videos on similar looking Axalta cars from this year. They're all different. I have a 600 start junior car, has a little logo on the hood, and over here near where Mountain Dew is, and on the side here instead of fixed, it was like Service King or something. There's another one where it said Mako on the side. So they're all different yet similar. Here we have a Daniel Suarez, I believe. Yeah, it was 2017. I think this is his rookie car. Has a little bit more white in it. I think it's weird how out of all the Suarez cars, I rarely really get the Arris cars. That's mostly because I usually only go after the ones in Walmart, especially before last year, and all the cars they ever made of Suarez were mostly not the Arris ones. Like I have the Xfinity Championship one, but that's about it from Authentics. And this one was last year's Arris car. And yeah. And let's just hop over here to this Suarez one. This is 2017 Stanley. Not too much to talk about with this one, but there you go. And now we move on to 3 Harvick cars. This is 2015 Budweiser. Don't really run this paint scheme anymore, but you know, Busch is a part of Budweiser, so they're still technically in the sport. Here we have a Busch Light car from 2016. And here we have a regular Busch car also from 2016. And we have a couple Newman cars that look very similar, but trust me, they're different. This one is 2016 Caterpillar. This one is 2015 Caterpillar. Notice how even the tags are a little bit different, after 2015. And finally, here's 2017 Trevor Bayne's Performance Plus. And yeah, now I will individually open these and show you guys. Okay, so here we are, all of them unwrapped. In the case of the Harvick cars, all of them off the stands. Total of 11 cars here, and I know this may not be the order that I just showed them in, but it's the order they're in now. So we're going to start from the top left. We're going to go down and down and down, and yeah. So here we are with the Kevin Harvick 2015 Budweiser car. As you can see, it is different. It is the Sprint Cup Series, and the nameplate is a little bit different, a little bit larger font as the current cars are. But this is, well, this specifically is not the championship winning car, but he did win the championship in this paint scheme, in case you didn't know that. Was it the first one that was under the new chase rule sort of thing when they went to 16? I don't remember. Well, I guess he won the championship in 14, I think, but it was still basically the same paint scheme. So, there you go. And then after Budweiser started specifically advertising Busch, which, as I mentioned, is still part of Budweiser, so it's it's still basically Budweiser, but now they're specifically advertising their Busch beer, and it's still going on to this day. Here's the original paint scheme when Busch came back and I guess kind of rebranded their logo, although it was just their old logo from the 80s. And what's weird is how the normal logo is, as I said, it's basically the throwback, but then whenever they do like a Busch Beer Darlington throwback, it's always their second logo, the one they're known for in the 90s and 2000s. So, yeah, really cool with the mountains in the background. You kind of have, I don't know really what to call it, but it's like paint scheme that has a picture on it. I always like those. Kind of like what I was describing before, the car that you'll see in the next diecast video with Hellman's squeeze bottle. That's another one where it's like a picture, sort of. It's a picture of a squeeze bottle. And this is kind of the same thing, although, as I mentioned, this is the other logo, and this is Busch Light. Now, actually, I'm not sure. I don't think this is a throwback one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Busch Light kept the logo that they have been using for the last 20 years or so. I think that's how it works. I'm not an expert on that, but just judging by the paint schemes, I think that's how it worked out. And there you go, Busch Light. You have a different picture, but you still get the same basic effect. It's still mountains. It's a little bit darker blue on the background. Why is my hand shaking so much? I really don't know. Excuse me. And there you go. This is 2016, by the way, if I didn't mention that. Last year of the Sprint Cup Series. And yeah. So now we move on to the junior cars. This is 2016 as well. This is the Axalta car. This is, I believe, the year where Jeff Gordon filled in for half the year. Because I think I remember seeing this paint scheme not just at Pocono, but also at Watkins Glen this year. Yeah, it had to be. Yeah, it had to be that year, because I remember seeing Jeff Gordon racing this in Watkins Glen at least, and I know that trip was 2016. It's the only time that I've ever been to NASCAR races on back-to-back weekends, and wasn't even really the Cup Series. I went to the Truck Series at Pocono that on a Saturday for the Pocono weekend, and that's it. And then I spent the whole weekend in Watkins Glen the next weekend. That's one of my first ever vlog videos too, from 3 years ago already. But yeah, anyway, there's that paint scheme. Mostly red with a little bit of yellow at the bottom. Here's the version that I believe they still pretty much use some form of this kind of paint scheme, with mostly yellow and on the front and then red on the back. And of course, as I mentioned, I've done paint schemes like this before. However, they usually have something different about them. Like this is Fix, whatever it is, Fix Auto Collision on the back here. Instead of like Service King, Mako, or in some cases just Axalta again. And another difference is, I believe it says "Thank you, Dale" or something, either on the deck lid on the Nationwide or on the back here on the 600 star. Or am I thinking of the last? I might be thinking of his last ride one, the Budweiser one. I may be thinking that completely wrong. I don't know. But this is 2017. And now move on to another 2017 here. We have Performance Plus Trevor Bayne, number 6. They've been using this paint scheme on the number 6 for quite a while now. Still using it with Newman. And they used this one last year for Trevor Bayne. I don't know if Matt Kenseth ever raced it last year, but basically same paint scheme. Now I move on to the 3 Suarez cars. Here is the 2017 Stanley car. Mac Tools also on the front. I think that's one of the differences between 2017 and 18 is that Mac Tools just wasn't on the hood anymore. You know, for some reason I just noticed weird small differences like that, especially when the paint scheme is virtually the same but a little bit different. I believe the pattern of the black and yellow is also a tad different from those 2 years as well. Anyway, here we are, another 2017. Oh yeah, and also that was a rookie car, so that's also what's different about it. This is his other rookie car. This is a primary paint scheme. This is Arris, back when it was mostly a orange and white car. And yeah, this is pretty popular paint scheme, although like I said, the diecasts of Arris for whatever reason are a little bit sparse, at least in my collection. Another rookie car. Spoiler, for whatever reason, I know they're supposed to look tiny, but like this looks extra tiny for some reason. Not sure why. But yeah. I move on to the updated one, 2018, the only 2018 car that was on sale. Not sure what that says about Suarez's career, but maybe it's the fact that he switched teams. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But yeah, this is Arris again. Like I said, 2018. Still a little bit of that white, but not a prominent color anymore. It's just a little bit down there. And I don't know why I wasn't doing reviews like this before, just putting it on the table instead of holding it, because obviously it's less shaky. The only shakiness you might have is from my other hand holding the camera. I move on to the 2 Caterpillar cars, and I know I said before that there was differences, but it's hard to tell. Let me just point out the differences here real quick before you all start complaining. And before I do them individually, which I will do. As you can see, I believe this is the older one, yeah, because the nameplate is a little bit bigger. The name on the nameplate is a little bit bigger, and the Chevy logos are smaller, and it's the complete opposite on that one. For the splitters, you have red and white on this one. And as for these sponsors on the side, you have Quicken Loans over here in the quarter panel on the newer one. On the older one, there's nothing on the quarter panel. And where is Quicken Loans? Is Quicken Loans even on the... I guess this is before Quicken Loans, so Quicken Loans isn't even there. And I don't see Granger on this one, and Granger is there on the older one. So, there you go. But anyway, let's start with the older one, the 2015 one. I just mentioned the differences of it compared to the other one, but now let's look at it as the paint scheme itself here. This is, I'd say, once Newman took over and they kind of rebranded the Caterpillar car a little bit, people got really used to it. Of course, Caterpillar's had a lot of changes. It's now a mostly white car. Used to be obviously black and yellow like this, and even before that it was still black and yellow, but mostly yellow back when it was number 22. And Jeff Burton raced the Caterpillar number 31. Is a little bit different than this, but it was kind of the same. And yeah, as far as the actual paint scheme itself, as far as the actual paint scheme itself, they do look pretty similar though. I don't know if the paint scheme itself has any differences, but you know, besides like the different color splitter and that. But yeah, are the spoilers different? Nah, spoilers look the same. This one is 2016. And another thing I actually forgot to mention that I just noticed when I was doing that comparison is that Caterpillar is a little bit different size on the older ones, a little tiny bit larger than this one. And I can see it better in real life than through the camera, so I don't know if I don't know how much you can tell. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All 11 cars are done. Next time it should be 2 cars, and that's where you'll see the Hellman's car, and I also have another car coming in for that video. And thanks for watching, guys. I don't know if I'll really ever be doing another huge one like this, but yeah, this, you know, I just decided to use the Superstore because they had a bunch of cars on sale. So if there's ever a bunch of cars on sale again, that'll probably be the only time that I do this many cars at once. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.